Hi there, I'm Paul from Mira Showers and welcome to the latest edition of Lockdown Lowdown, a video series for installers to fault find and repair our products. In this video we'll be looking at fault finding on our digital range of showers and what to do if you have no flow, what components to check and how to replace them as well if necessary. I hope you find this useful. Now I'm not trying to get a job in IT, but the one thing that you can check with our digital range of showers is just by turning the power off and back on again, just to see if that remedies the fault. If that's not successful, you can then continue some further in-depth fault finding. For our wireless range of Mira showers, the Mira Vision, the Mira Platinum and also the Mira Via, another easy thing to check is just to check the batteries in the user interface. We always recommend replacing these with alkaline batteries. Another simple thing to check is by checking the filters to the shower. Before doing so, you can isolate the water supply using the isolation valves which come supplied as part of the product. Having isolated the water supply to the shower, the filters can be accessed by removing the hand-tightened connections to the mixing valve itself. The check valve and filter assemblies can then be removed using a slotted screwdriver to do so. The filters themselves can then be accessed and gently leave it out of position using a slotted screwdriver or seal pick. After running under a tap to remove any debris, the filter can then be replaced by gently pushing back into the filter assembly. Two O-rings form a watertight seal between the check valve and the shower body. Removing excess water from the valve body itself will help with the reinsertion of the check valves. O-rings form the watertight seal between the valve body and the connection tails. Placing these on the copper side first will prevent any damage when reinserting. Reconnection can then be made using a hand-tight connection. No hand tools are necessary to make this joint. In a lot of cases, if you're getting no flow from one of our digital showers, you're also likely to have a fault finding code being displayed on the user interface. On our wireless range of products, this is either an error 3, error 4 or error 7 fault, or for our latest digital shower, the Mira Mode, you may have a flashing light on the user interface, also indicating that there's a fault with the shower. Before conducting any fault finding, we would always advocate that a thorough safe isolation and lock-off procedure has been undertaken. As part of that process, you would have ascertained whether there was power to the unit to start with. If there wasn't any power, that would obviously tell you why you weren't getting any flow, and you can investigate that accordingly. Removal of the valve cover with a T15 screwdriver will allow access to test for dead at the incoming supply terminal. Having safely isolated and tested for dead, a good check now is to check the quick blow fuse on the control PCB for continuity. In the event that this fuse has blown, replacement of the complete control PCB is recommended. If your digital shower is displaying any of the error codes mentioned previously, the most likely fault is the thermistor. This is housed as part of the mixing valve to the digital valve assembly itself. Removing the thermistor is straightforward using a T15 screwdriver to remove the two retaining screws. Double checking that the water supplies are still isolated before this point is always a good idea. The thermistor can then be easily removed from the valve housing and disconnected from the PCB using the push-fit connector. Whilst thermistor faults can sometimes be repaired through cleaning or descaling of thermistor tips, their replacement is always recommended to ensure a long-lasting repair. A single O-ring creates the watertight seal for a thermistor. It's worth checking that the old one isn't hiding in the housing before replacement. The only thing left to check now, if the fault still exists, is the solenoid coils. On pump digital showers, these can be replaced as individual components. However, on high pressure versions, this does require the replacement of the complete mixing valve. Because all of our digital showers come with a 5-year guarantee though, it's always worthwhile checking to ensure that your shower isn't still covered under warranty, where we'll quite happily send one of our engineers to change that valve for you. Having done all that, I'm hoping that you've fixed it by now. But if you do need any further help and support, our customer service team are always on hand to give advice with regards to anything to do with our products. Now, the other thing that I always do as part of these videos is give you the opportunity to put your requests or suggestions as to what we cover off next. So we'll be displaying those details shortly, and I'll look forward to hearing from you with regards to those suggestions. All that's left to say is stay safe, and I'll see you next time.